Got to do another NBA video because today's Friday. Less than a day, 24 hours from now, from our kickoff of the NBA playoffs of the first round. So this matchup is going to be the Portland Trail Blazers versus the Thunder. Game 1 of the NBA playoffs. Seems like every time I do a video, it's either the Thunder or another team, because the NBA keep changing up the matchups. Now, I'm not saying they're doing it intentionally on purpose, but it's like, make up your mind already and stop changing it back and forth and just let the two teams face off. I mean, the teams like the Thunder and the Rockets or whoever they're going to face in the second round, they're going to meet each other in the second round if they advance to the second round. So to me, it's pointless for you to keep changing matchups. Like, it really is, but that's the NBA for you. But today's prediction video is who's going to win the series and why. Now, right off the bat, this is going to be a 7-game series. For me to say that the Thunder could win the series in 4 games or in 5 games is wishful thinking. I see Russell Westbrook having to score triple doubles in all the basketball games. It's going to be a situation where he's going to have to score 20 points, 30 points, 40 points. He's going to have to get 8 to 9 steals, 10 rebounds. You know, he's going to have to make all his free throws. He's going to have to play all 4 quarters if he wants a chance at advancing from the first round to the second round. Now, the Thunder are bigger. They are stronger. They are faster, but they are starting to get on the older side. And even if Westbrook can put up all these triple doubles, there's still a superstar on Portland that can match that, and that's Damian Lillard. Now, Portland themselves is bigger, stronger, and faster, and even though Damian Lillard is starting to get a little bit older, the team is still young. So Portland still have a huge advantage over the Thunder. They have made it to the playoffs. They've been in situations where they've won basketball games in 4 quarters. It doesn't matter if it's 1 overtime, 2 overtimes. It could be 3 overtimes. Portland can handle the pressure. And Damian Lillard is going to be able to match everything Russell Westbrook does. So both of them are going to score 20 points, 30 points, 40 points. And both are going to have triple doubles. Both of them are going to be doing fast breaks. And both teams have a bench. Now, because it's the Thunder, they might win the first 2 games. But Portland is capable of coming into Oklahoma and taking a game from them. So imagine where you think Thunder is supposed to win 2 games because they're at home, and Portland takes game 1 or game 2 from the Thunder and tie it up 1-1. Then you got a situation where the series lead will be split down the middle. Portland wins 2 games, the Thunder wins 2 games. Then, you know, Portland tries to take the lead. Oklahoma come back and tie it up 3-3. It's going to force a game 7. So ultimately, this series is going to take 7 games. Now, the Thunder have enough experience to make it to the second round. The Thunder have been to the first round, the second round, the third round. The only time the Thunder lose is they lose to teams like the Houston Rockets, the Jazz, and the Golden State Warriors. That's the only problem that the Thunder have. And they have injuries. As for Portland, Portland have young players that if they get hurt, they can come back from injury. And to me, Damian Lillard seemed like he can match everything that Russell Westbrook does. This is going to be a high-scoring basketball game, okay? This is going to go back and forth. You're not going to be able to tell who's going to win the first game. Okay, you might say the Thunder, but it's not going to be no blowout. It's going to be like a close margin, because it's going to be probably from 110 to like 115, 120 to like 125. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's not going to be, oh, the Thunder run away with the score or Portland gets blown out. It's going to be a close margin. You know, they might win by 2, win by 3. If they're lucky, they might be able to win by 5. But Portland's not going to just let the Thunder run away with the series. It's going to be a 7-game series because Damian Lillard is hungry, okay? He wants his shot at Golden State. He wants to prove that he's a superstar. As for Russell Westbrook, he's already a superstar. You know, he is the MVP of his team. And he wants to prove to the naysayers and the critics that he still can compete at a high competitive level. Problem with this is that Westbrook's starting to get older, even though he's still athletically good and he's fast. Their champion, it's like this, the Thunder's championship window is starting to close. You've gone to the playoffs for the past 6, 7, 8 years. You lost to the Golden State Warriors 2 years ago, and Kevin Durant left. And Russell Westbrook has a chip on his shoulder ever since Kevin Durant left. And he wants to prove that not only that he can beat Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors, he wants to prove more than anything that he can go to the finals without a Kevin Durant. And that Kevin Durant made the wrong decision. That's what it's all about for Westbrook. For Damian Lillard, it's, I want my name in the conversation. I want to prove that I can be among the greats. I want my name to be mentioned like Kobe Bryant and LeBron James and Stephen Curry. And what better way to make an impression by knocking off the Thunder in the first round? But it's going to take 7 games. And it's not going to be no walk in the park. It's going to be a battle, okay? You're going to see fouls. You're going to see physical tension. You're going to see a fight. You're going to see some calls get made. There are going to be some unnecessary calls. There might be some fouls that shouldn't be called fouls. You're going to see all of that tomorrow. And throughout all the games, this one might be highly anticipated because it's Portland versus the Thunder. Not unless the NBA plans on making another last-minute change like they did last night, because today's Friday and they can still change the matchup. That means no sooner than I make this video and upload it, by the time I check the standings, it better be those matchups. Because sometimes the NBA can go back again at the last minute at midnight without you being aware of it and then change the matchup again. And then here comes another video because they keep changing up the matchups. Normally, when it's the first day or 2 days prior to the kickoff to the NBA playoffs first round, they just leave the matchups alone. So this is like a first-time case or second or third time case that they're making a habit out of doing it. So, yeah, that's why I'm making this prediction. So, who takes the series? I'm gonna lean towards the Thunder, even though their window is closing, because I still think Russell Westbrook still has enough superstar presence and enough experience to get past Portland. Portland, the problem with them is you just got one guy, and to me, they depend on Damian Lillard for everything. And it's hard to win a series when you're the only player where everyone's depending on you for everything. You know, Portland can play offense and defense, but at some point the pressure's going to be a lot on him because, okay, he can carry the load, but what happens when he gets worn out and overwhelmed and it's game 4, it's game 5, it's game 6. Somewhere down the stretch, he's just going to fall apart because that's a lot to ask from a player. As for Westbrook, he is used to that, but he has Paul George for help. So it won't be as bad as for him because he has help. Where Damian Lillard has to somehow motivate guys on his team to give him the same numbers. If Portland is going to take the series, Portland got to take it in 5 or in 6. If I'm the Thunder, I got to take it in 6 or in 7 because even though Westbrook's older, they're still a young team. It's just the fact that their window is closing. So if the Thunder don't win this first round series, that means their window is closing and they're not going to make it back to the next year's playoffs. If the Thunder wins, this shows their window is still open. It goes by, can you win your first round matchup after being in the playoffs for a decade? And when you get to a decade, people don't think you're able to compete with other teams. Like Portland is coming together. Portland just needs 2 or 3 pieces, and you can't touch Portland. The Thunder, on the other hand, you're going to lose pieces because players are going to get older, and then your window of opportunity is going to close at some point. It's closing now, but Westbrook wants the door to stay open, and he has to prove by winning this series. So if it comes down to a shot for shot, that's what this series is going to be basically, shot for shot. It's all about who really wants it more. Does Damian Lillard want his name in the conversation, or does Westbrook want to prove Kevin Durant made the wrong decision? Because that's the only reason why Westbrook is motivated, is because of that. So I don't want to make this video too long. Until then, peace.